Alright, after a little exploring, I did find the dam. And this dam, they dammed off the river here to create to pump water up to the radar station, give themselves, make their own electricity and be self-sufficient on this army base and radar station. And I found a waterfall just a little further upstream, and I just found a dam here, so check this out. Let's see if we can get down there. Everything's wet and slippery here today. So it's quite a large dam, quite a bit of concrete put in here. And this would have been a large pond here back in the 50s. And that gave them the water supply they wanted up at the top of the mountain there at the Red Cliff radar station. Crystal clear water, as you can see. Pretty cool, eh? They when they decommissioned it, they took the dam gates out of there and just let it flow freely again. Awesome, eh? Alright folks, here's the start of the trail at the end of Red Cliff Road. Absolutely no parking in front of the gate. This gate, I believe, is here since the 50s. It looks pretty old. And this is where they would come up here. They came in here with a bulldozer, cut a little road in, and came in here with their army jeeps and army trucks. All the supplies on it to build a army base and radar station. And there's a couple culverts in the road along the trail here like this, and I wonder, is this how they ran their pipeline, their water pipe up to the radar station to get it under the road so you could drive over it? What a gorgeous day for a walk in the woods. It's plus 5 degrees Celsius, January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and it's a new year. So what are your goals for this year? Take a moment to sit back and reflect on what were your dreams in life. Did you forget about them? What do you really want to do with your life? It's okay to dream big. You can accomplish anything you want. You just got to make a list of steps to achieve your goals and break down big dreams into a list of goals and steps, action steps you have to take. And you can literally achieve anything you want in this world. Don't ever give up. Don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do something, because you can. It's all within you. The force is within you. And I love going out in nature, just being out here in the woods, smelling the fresh air and the smell of the trees. I mean, it's food for the soul. You should try it. It's not long of a hike. It's pretty gradual upgrade here. Lots of people take their dogs for a walk up here. This area up here is not on a tourist map, and the reason being it's an abandoned base, right? So it's not maintained. A lot of the structures are falling down. If you're going to explore it yourself, you got to do it at your own risk, because literally anything could fall at any moment up here, and it has been falling down over the years. I've seen some moose down here a couple times actually, and let's get into it, guys. So currently there's power ran in this access road, and then it goes up the mountain right here, because there is communication towers at the same site as this abandoned radar station. So here's a look at what the forest looks like just off the trail. It's almost all evergreens here on the east coast of Newfoundland. Spruce trees and fir trees. And all mossy, soft, mossy bottom. Perfect for a moose to walk through. Just found our first artifact here, guys. What is this? Is this some kind of gear? Is this the rear end of an army jeep? Some kind of gear drive there at the end of the drive shaft or something, guys? Comment down below, let me know what this is. It's the first kind of artifact that I found up here. So I found a little walking trail that leads right off the access road going up to the radar station. And I'm just walking down this trail here for a few minutes. It's basically cutting off the path to where the water pipes would have had to take to get to the radar station, unless it went under the culverts that we saw back in the road. But it's a beautiful little path for hiking. So I'm just a little further down the trail here, you guys. Check this out. This looks like some old roofing material that they would have had on their barracks and their base up above. And when I look up in the forest, there's some kind of concrete culvert there. Let's climb up and see what that is. Is this an access to a tunnel or something? Man, that is weird. This must have been part of the water piping system. I have no idea. Or maybe it was a little foxhole. This is a little foxhole for a soldier to hide in and guard this trail, guard the area from invasion. What do you guys think? So further along that trail that I was on, found the remnants of an old structure here. There's a foundation right in here. They got some kind of trough built in. What is this, you guys? Is it an old school septic system? Or is it is this a bathhouse and this is the shower area for the soldiers / septic area? It's like a shower house maybe. Why would you need a big trough there like this? There's some old car parts down in there right now. But there is piping and smaller holes in the walls here, even a square one here, which you would think is electrical. Which is kind of strange. And same thing down at this end. We got an a rectangular box and a round access there with another pipe here. What is this, you guys? Comment it down below. Someone had a little fire here. Great spot to have a little picnic. Okay, we just came across something else really cool here. This looks like the lower jawbone of a moose. You guys are gonna have to help me out on this, but I wouldn't think it'd be any other animal up here. Check out his teeth, man. That is nuts. Starting to fall out, it seems like. See if we can pluck one out. It's really cool, isn't it? The teeth are not coming out. They're welded in there. The bone grows right around them. They're a little bit loose, but they won't come out without damaging something. But just check out how there's 2 rows of teeth there, guys. So we got one here, and then we got a second row in behind. That would be for grinding up tree branches and stuff like that the moose eat, I guess. I mean, fairly white. He was getting decent nutrient. Whatever he was eating. The strange part is that's the only bone here. So something found that and dragged it down here. Maybe a dog. There's lots of people walking their dogs up here. So this little walking trail I found, it'll lead you right to the battery, which is the lower part of this site. And it comes right out onto this paved trail. There's one section up in the middle of the woods here that's paved. For some reason, the access road isn't, but this little area here is paved. They had 2 8-inch rail guns in this battery straight ahead. That might be the reason why they had to pave it. It was something really heavy they wanted to drag in, or they wanted to be able to move things fast. So here's the railgun battery. And I believe why this place got the name Red Cliff is from these cliffs I'm going to show you just over here now in a second. But see these 2 big holes in the side of this building? That's where the 2 rail guns would have came out on rails to shoot down enemy airplanes. And this entire site was built in 1951, right after World War II. And it was a Cold War prevention for future attacks. The US Airforce and the Canadian Air Force got together and built this radar installation for an early warning system for planes that were either spying or wanting to attack Canada or North America. So let's go on inside and check this out, you guys. Lots of good graffiti here. People expressing their artistic ways. They had ventilation. All that's still intact. Let's go on in. You got electrical hanging from the roof, pod lights, pretty thick walls, nothing too crazy, but wouldn't have withstood any major bombing. But check out, the roof is caving in, you guys. So the roof is now rubble, completely crumbled back to its original form. You can see the concrete beams there, half of it. You can see how thick the roof slab was. It's about a 6-inch slab, and you can see the brown roofing material, or the black roofing material that I saw on the trail. That's what they had to waterproof the roof. Not a whole lot of rebar. That's only like 3/8 rebar in that slab. And a 6-inch slab for a long span. I mean, it lasted for 10 years. while they were here, I guess, but would not stand the test of time. As you can see, that beam there is leaning. Not much holding that up. I'm not going to stay in here for too long, but it's really cool how you can see everything that they were doing here. These are the hangars for the ductwork. I guess they would have had forced air ductwork by the looks of it. So I'm gonna come back on a sunny day. This is a foggy day broadcast, but you can still see this is a beautiful sight even in the deep fog, 5 degrees, rain drizzling fog. I mean, it's a wicked spot to go and get in nature again and see these cool sights. I'm at the edge of a cliff here now. Just check this out. So it starts right here. There's no guardrail or anything like that. So if you go hiking up here, just be very, very careful. The trail goes right along here. Very close to the edge. There's nothing from holding you back here. And it's literally just sod. And it falls away to about a 500-foot drop here. So check this out, you guys. You can't see the water, but it's down beyond there, about another 200 feet down. On a sunny day, you can see all the way down here. Really beautiful spot, you guys. Hi. Got some joggers in there, yeah. I don't know if you can see the water, you can probably hear it down there. Guys, we got this big mass of concrete here. There's no access into it, it's not a tunnel or anything, and there is rebar and bolts on the top. What is this thing? Like, is it a mount for an anti-aircraft gun? Or is it just an overbuilt flagpole stand? What do you guys think about that? So I'm just on the edge here again, on the other side of this cliff here I was just showing you. Let's go have a look. It's pretty ominous in the fog, isn't it? Major drop off here. There's the battery we just explored. Here's another one of those large blocks of concrete, and it's got a flagpole on it. Is that its only purpose? There's enough concrete there to pour a full house foundation. There's some temporary power going to that sea can over there. Not sure what that is, maybe a Bitcoin mine or something maybe. Okay, there's actually a couple of these tall white poles. Another one just over here. And they look like weathered data collectors of some sort. Over here there's a what do you call them again? Not a foxhole, but it's a it's one of those round things where you blast people with machine guns and stuff like that. What's the name of that again, you guys? It's right here, right on the edge of the cliff. I'm going to show you how they got in. They got in through a little tunnel that would have been hidden with grass, stuff like that. You come over here and lift up on a little hatch and jump down into the tunnel, and then make their way into the pillbox. Pillbox is what it's called. I see a whole lot. I've never gotten down in there. Could be rats or any type of animal kind of hiding out in there. Or it could be just literally like an extra little hideout shelter, because I don't think that tunnel even connects to this pillbox. So this would have had a big metal hatch over it at some point. As you can see, being right next to the ocean, the rebar is completely disintegrated. It's the size of a pencil. And it's literally going back to dust at the bottom of the ladder. But the top 3 rungs, where it's not getting the constant salt spray, are still intact. We're right on the edge of the cliff here, and the salt spray is just billowing in through the window of this pillbox and rotting out all the steel. There's part of the old hinge. So look how thick they made the concrete on the roof of this one. 2 or 3 feet thick to withstand any bomb strikes. Isn't that cool, you guys? This here is also a major cliff and a major drop off. It goes down about 500 feet here. You can almost see the waves through the fog. Really cool spot to see, you guys. Again, no handrails or nothing like that to keep you from falling off the cliff, so be very, very careful if you're going to come check this out. Check out the reinforced rebar. It's much thicker than what they had in the roof slabs in that battery. And there's no access to that little, I thought it was a tunnel coming into this, but it's obviously not. This is just a separate unit. And there's been some beverages consumed up here of all sorts by the looks of it. It's a good recycling recycling find. If a fellow wants to make $7 or $8 in recyclables, this is the place you can do it, right? Alright guys, I jumped down in this hole. There's no rats, nothing biting at my ankles here yet. And I brought along my handy dandy $9.99 flashlight. And let's have a look inside. Do we have any battery left? Yeah, we got some battery. So there's still some lumber in there. And pretty sure that's not recent. That's 1951 lumber there. Something's still bolted onto the wall over there. We would have had bunks or a big bench. And this would have been an area for them to hide out in case of bombing, or just a little square hideout. And all the land is caving into it. Cool, eh? Guys, if you're 44 years old and you work to death and you don't really have enough time to be out in the wild and in nature exercising every week, take your time when you're coming up here. Like, you're going to need cool down breaks, you're going to need catch your breath breaks, you're going to need some water breaks, maybe even a snack break, who knows. You might need a few things to get through it, but we're at the next stage here in the exploration phase. Check this out. This is the power plant, or part of it. Actually, I think this is the barracks. What's left to their barracks. This would have been a huge bunkhouse slash cafeteria for a fella to make bacon and eggs in the morning, or a croissant, maybe even some oatmeal and some muesli or something, right? Something a little bit lighter as you're protecting the base and protecting North America, right? Big old slab on the go here. You can see what's left of it, you know? Where did all the walls go? I mean, are people recycling the blocks? Looks like it was all block and mortar for the walls, but there should be thousands of bricks here, but there isn't. So was it cleaned up? I know there was cleanup here at some point. There was a lot of old army jeeps, oil drums, army trucks, a bunch of trash left behind when the base and radar station was abandoned. But they did have some structural steel in here. Check this out. It's got the old school square bolts, tying lumber in by the looks of it. There's a major tie here. And there's another one over here. What would that be for, you guys? I see another structure up in the woods here. Let's go over and see what that is. So again, there's not much left of the walls or the ceiling. Just a solid foundation that's left over. It's quite a thick one too. You know what, this is actually roofing material right here. So this must be an underground compartment here. I could be walking on very thin concrete right now as we speak. Let's see if we can find an entry. I think we found ourselves a little bunker, you guys. So I think the only access to this bunker was right in this area here. And it looks like it was all filled in when the site was abandoned. Okay, check this out, you guys. Just behind that structure I was just showing you, what appeared to be a bunker, I just found another one, and we've got a hole right here. Let's shine our flashlight in and see what we got. Oh yeah, it's a bunker, all right. That was filled up. This would have been the entry, again, a corner entry, and you would have ran in here and got inside. And they've got it completely filled to the roof with dirt. Pretty cool, eh? And there's roofing material on the top there again to keep it waterproof. It's about a 20 by 30 bunker here. Here's the third bunker we found, guys. And as you can see, the walls are built with block. If this was only a foundation for an anti-aircraft gun, it would be solid concrete. So these are walls, and this is a roof slab. And probably goes down 6 or 8 feet. It's hidden in the middle of the woods here. All three bunkers right next to each other. There might even be a hole on the far side. I'm gonna go scope it out. Somebody drove their car here and forgot where they parked. So that's what's left of it right there. What do you think that is, you guys? Chevy Caprice or a Ferrari or something? What is it? We got ourselves another artifact here, guys. Is this a military thing, or is it like a hood latch to that BMW we just saw in the woods? What's on the go here? I found some of the bricks, concrete bricks from the walls from that big cafeteria, and a whole bunch of scrapped ductwork. If anyone's looking to recycle some stuff, there's a big pile there. Alright folks, we found our first telephone pole. Not telephone pole, a power pole. The power plant was very close by, and so this would have been one of the poles that led the power down to each one of these bunkers. can see the guy wires there for keeping it stable in windy conditions. This is actually part of the East Coast Trail. They're doing a little maintenance up here. It's looking great, you guys, good job. And we got a set of stairs put in. It's really cool. I've been up to this site many times and I've never seen this structure or what's left to it. There's one wall left and there's the beams that would hold up the ceiling. Not much else is left here. So here's the ceiling, a roof beam. And here's the entire roof. There's an old tire rim there thrown on top. Let's walk across this and see how structurally sound this collapsed roof is. So it's not a rusty rim, it's like a round access hatch for these foxholes and stuff like that we're seeing. Here's all the walls all blown out, columns that would hold up the roof. Some of these buildings were destroyed intentionally, but not completely. There's a lot here. And Mother Nature's doing the rest of the work here. There's an extra large structure here. This here is the power plant right behind these trees. So I'm going to climb over there now. And the underground water storage tank is built into the mountainside just over here. So I'm going to show you guys that now. Alright folks, so this is where the US Air Force was creating their own electricity with a power plant up in the middle of the woods. Steam generated electricity. And so they must have been burning coal, I would imagine, back in the 50s. For fuel to make the steam. All you need then is fire, fuel, and water. You make your steam and it'll spin a turbine, no problem. Had lots of windows. Let's see what it's like here. The lumber is still around the windows. Wow, I didn't notice that before. Still quite a bit of wood. This section, this half here, still has its roof intact for the most part, except for this part here. But you can see all the that's really extra thick rebar actually that was in a ceiling beam, roof beam. We still got some oil drums, looks like parts for the power plant in here, you guys. The roof is caving in at the far end. That's a lot of weight there. If that ever came down while you guys are in here, it'd be certain death for sure. So I wouldn't walk underneath that at all. That's about ready to go in it any day now. There's even little trees growing on top of the roof there. Someone had a little bonfire in here, and you got a Coke can on that piece of rebar. Maybe they were boiling a cup of tea or something. Some guys are putting some major effort into their graffiti. Looks like a codfish over there. Cod serpent. Cod monster or something like that. Here we are on the other side now. Two extra large openings. And here is where all the power came out of the structure. They got like hanging hooks there, probably grounding mechanisms or something like that. These are probably water pipes feeding the water in. That's pretty interesting. I only did, 10 minutes of, these are all bullet holes. Some high powered stuff there, you guys. Somebody unloaded a clip. I only did like 10 minutes of research before I came down and made this video for you guys. And I learned more in 10 minutes than I did in 20 visits coming here. I'm going to do a little bit more research on this site. It's got a lot of history here. Okay, I just found this right next to the power plant, and it has water pipes still intact in the ground and water pipes flowing into the bottom of this. This is like a sump, I'm guessing. See the water holes there, the intake. Wow. And here we've got some 3.5 inch water line right here. Looks like a full pipe going into the ground. I found my flat top screwdriver. I laid it in here right on top of my paint tray. Perfect. Excellent for doing repairs and work around the house, right? This pile of rocks on the side of a cliff doesn't look natural. Looks like they're trying to hide something here. Maybe an underground water storage tank or something like that. So here we got the trail. We're almost to the top now where the radar station is. And here's some remnants of the old school guardrail system. If the soldiers came down here fishtailing, wide open, it's lunch break, and they're trying to go get their lunch. Check that out, there's a grouse crossing the trail, a large grouse. See him? Right at the top. I found a dance hall, you guys. This is where all the soldiers would come down and on a Friday night and just, bust a couple of moves for their own selves, like kind of boring up here in the radar station. Fellas got to get the DJ booth going and just, protect North America back in the 50s. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so just a little bit further up from the after hours party dance hall structure, and here on the main access road to the radar station, off to my left is the underground water storage tank that's built into the side of the mountain. That's what they were trying to hide with those unnatural looking rocks, and they forgot to put some sod on that back in the day. Power plant is right next to it. You can see this from the access trail as you're coming up. It's going to be on your left, and on the other side of that is the cliff and the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm going to show you this now. When I was a teenager, the rebar ladder going down was still strong enough, and that was 30 years ago. But now it's not safe. Do not attempt to go down into this water storage tank, you guys. It's very, very dangerous. At least 30 feet deep down, and people could get seriously hurt. You can check it out, but don't try to go down there, you guys. So here it is. Here, this is the access to the top of their water storage. As you can see, this is all a man-made mound here. It's a great big octagonal shaped tank underneath this man-made mountain here. It's interesting, they had sod and everything to hide it, but they still had this great big concrete access on the top, so it's not really all that hidden. Let's go have a look down inside it. All right, so you can see from the bolts that it probably had a wooden roof back in the day. Yeah, the concrete looks smooth, so they probably had a thick lumber roof. It's a gentle slope on it. Got some water buildup there. So it was sealed with sheet metal and welded on. Somebody came up with a grinder, grinded it off, and got access to it again. So again, guys, don't try this. Don't try this at home. Even what I'm standing on right now is old concrete, and as you can see, that rebar is not really to be trusted. It still looks thick, but I'm sure that's rotted right off inside the concrete. Any kind of weight gets put on that at all, they're going to break off. You got some kind of rod going down. Maybe that's to gauge the depth or the fullness of the tank, gauge the volume. Got concrete pillars to hold up the roof. Hello? Somebody down there? Happy New Year if you're there. Alright, I think I just woke someone up from their New Year's Day nap. They had a bit too much turkey and got down out of the way, and just wanted to get clear of everyone having a nice nap for his own self. Let's get up now and check out this radar station, you guys. What do you guys think so far? Are you going to smash the like button? Are you going to elbow drop the like button? Are you going to headbutt the like button? Let me know what's on the go here. You like this type of content or what? Share it with your buddies. Let's hit the subscribe button. Let's hit you know, a couple of like buttons or something like that. All right, folks, when you get to the top of the road, you'll see on your right the radar station and a great big building attached to it. Right here is the foundation of one more structure. It's probably the general's living accommodations, because the top boss is going to be close to all the action, and if the radar operators detected an invader, they would kick the door open here, run across here, kick the general's door open and say, General, we got an invader on the radar, right? Come on over and check it out, man. Look at it on the screen, right? And so this here is the old radar station here, you guys. Started building this in 1951. All these structures commenced 1951 in the Cold War era. And in 1953 it became operational. There are currently 2 towers here in the background. They're very close, but you can't see them through the fog, barely. Let's go on in and check this out. This, like the rest of the structure, is very unsafe. The roof is very questionable. Even the stairs have gone back to dust. The old door frame is still here though, or a large bay window. Check this out, you guys. Got a sunroof here. A few skylights, natural skylights, getting installed over time here. And we got the stairway to heaven going up to the roof. Look how thick the walls are here. You guys, I just met my 99th subscriber and 100th subscriber. 2 folks hiking up here and exploring just like I'm doing today on New Year's Day. And I told them about my channel and what I was doing up here today, and The 99th subscriber immediately hit the subscribe button. He was interested, and his wife is going to hit the subscribe button when she gets home next to her phone. I'm extremely grateful. 2025 is starting off exactly how we planned it, because we manifested this, and we're going to get monetized in 2025, you guys. We're already 10% of the way to our goal, and that's 1,000 subscribers to start. Well, eventually we're going to have 1 million subscribers. But it's time for a premature 100 subscriber dance. 100 subs, 100 subs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's all I needed when I woke up today. Was 2 more subscribers, and we're gonna get them today. Woo! Happy 2025, you guys. Happy New Year. All right, we're getting back to business now. We're gonna go up the stairway to heaven, or what's left to him. As you can see, it's more rounded out than anything. And you're gonna need your fingertips to hold on there to get up there. Let's try it out. Staying a little bit close to the wall. Not that it's any stronger or safer that way. This is all about the collapse. Wouldn't recommend this to anyone. If you guys are going to check this out, stay off the roof, because you can see why. Whole bunch of metal plates up here. That would have been for the old radar poles, I would imagine, sticking up off the top of this. And on a sunny day, you can see all the way to Signal Hill from here. Signal Hill will be straight over here to the east, and you can see all of St. John's. Beautiful view across here. Kitty Vitty, and you can see for miles. So here's the next structure we're going to be exploring, and it's really dark in here, except for the areas where the skylights are getting installed. People must be up here on ladders and everything. We got graffiti right up by the roof, and it's kind of nuts, eh? Look at Mr. Moose. Alright, so as you can see, guys, the stairway access here is all washed out, and not much edge left onto the nosing of the stairs there. So we're going to take the safe way down and around. We got some old school 1951 ductwork. And also another hole here with concrete around it. Looks like some sort of pit, or maybe even an escape hatch that was buried in at some point. Here's a little slot in the wall for some more ductwork, I would imagine, or cables. So we got some water piping, or maybe pipes for conduit. Bunch of electrical conduits still coming out of the ceiling here. The original ductwork still intact in some areas. As you can see, the water is just going right through the concrete here. Did someone cut this concrete? Okay, no, they just bashed it out. Try and recycle some of that copper wire, maybe. This is a perfect place for animals to hide. There would have been one of the ductwork right there. Not a whole lot of support there, you guys. This here is all freestanding. That's not going to be there for a whole lot longer. And you can see the height of the lighting. It's kind of like a maze in here. I've only got a $10 flashlight, so I don't know how good it's gonna work. Oh yeah, you can see pretty good. So check out the roof, you guys. Look at the water going right through it. You can hear it dripping from this area right down to here. So access hatch there. Alright, so we got another room here. All the ductwork work still in there. Not sure if that's asbestos or not, but it is wrapped. It is wrapped within some type of insulation from the 50s, so probably is asbestos. There's like a drive-through window. You just get your lunch, order up a burger and fries or whatever, and they'll pass it in through the window for you. It's kind of like a maze in here. This ductwork is ready to come down. So this is a section of the radar tower that somebody must have found, and they use it as a ladder to get up in this second story lookout slash penthouse suite area. And so you got the bay window there for a nice view of the St. John's. And then it comes out into this huge auditorium. Some ductwork already fell from the ceiling here. Big heavy stuff there. If there's anyone from the US Air Force or the Canadian Air Force that was part of this base, comment down below. I'd love to hear some stories about what went on up here, you know? Did you guys have horses up here? Donkeys? Or is it just army jeeps and army trucks? Rusty town shots. And they got some kind of subway built there. Painted on there. Oh, check out this artwork up here, you guys. Like, how did it get up so high? They must be hiking up here with a ladder on their, an extendable ladder on their back. What do you think of all that, you guys? That's a cool little spot, isn't it? It's not on the tourist map. You can see why it's dilapidated. It's not safe to be advertising and stuff like that, or holding tours in it. But if you do venture out here to check it out, just keep in mind, like, Don't be walking underneath the real crazy stuff. Any of that could fall down at any time. I can't guarantee it. I'm just showing you guys cool things that are not on a tourist map, and most people don't know about this, right? And just outside these structures is actually the East Coast Trail, and it goes all along the east coast of the coast of Newfoundland here. Caution, unsupervised wilderness coastal hiking trail. Expect cliffs, steep climbs, and exercise extreme caution. Winter conditions can be crazy. Cell phone coverage is spotty. Leave no trace. And love to finish the video with a view of the ocean here, but this is what we got today. On a nice day, that's all blue Atlantic Ocean. Happy New Year, you guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you already didn't do that. And 2025 is going to be an excellent year. Let's do this.